So our speaker today is Judy Troilo, who has been the Executive Director of The Loft since November 2014. Prior to that, she was Executive Director for more than 10 years for an Albany-based, New York statewide not-for-profit organization assisting thousands of disenfranchised individuals and families with health services, employment opportunities, and affordable housing. And before that, she worked for a number of years in the entertainment industry. For 11 of those years, she was a major record label, with a major record label, I just love this, and was instrumental in developing artists such as Melissa Etheridge, the Cranberries, and worked with other renowned artists such as Grace Jones, Tom Waits, YouTube, and Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So there you go, a bit of a change of career. During her years in the music industry, she had the privilege of working on the Red Hot and Blue AIDS Awareness and Service Benefit Project and Ain't Nothing But a She Thing, an all-female artist compilation album that was to combat breast cancer. She's also a graduate of the School of Visual Arts with a BFA. And Judy is an artist, filmmaker, musician, activist, and executive. A true Renaissance person. She believes in a purposeful life and feels strongly that by working for The Loft, she's achieving her goal to advocate for, educate, and celebrate her own LGBT community. Her talk today is The Loft LGBT Community Services Center. Please welcome Ms. Troilo to the podium.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for having a rainbow flag. It was wonderful to walk in and feel so welcomed, and to see Phyllis, who is a friend. Thank you, Bart. The Loft, again, my name is Judy Troilo, and I'm the Executive Director of The Loft, which is Westchester County's LGBT Community Center. We also serve people in surrounding areas. They come to the Loft for services. We serve thousands of people per year. We're a small but mighty center. We're located on Bryant Avenue in White Plains. And that is our mission, to advocate, educate, and celebrate the LGBT community. The Loft was founded 35 years ago. This year will be the 35th anniversary. And honestly, a lot of people say, I didn't know the Loft existed. Well, it's been around for 35 years. And the Loft isn't an acronym. It was actually started in a loft in downtown White Plains as an answer to the needs of the LGBT community faced with the AIDS epidemic. So a group of men got together and formed a helpline, and there was a group of women that identified as lesbians that got together, and they were working on women's issues, and they decided maybe there's strength in numbers. Maybe if we come together and form an LGBT, then it was LGB, community center, we can help a lot of people. So that's how the story goes. I use the pronouns she, her, hers, and that was a great part, that was a great opening. And I agree with the gentleman who was saying, use the person's name. Even I, running an LGBT center, there are times where you flub up and you use the wrong pronoun. Especially when you know people a certain way and you make assumptions about who they are, or they grow up with their parents identifying them as she, and they transition, and it's hard for you to make that transition with them. Use their name. Phyllis was bringing up, we have an employee at the Loft who identifies as they and them. And I understand, even for me, grammar plays an issue. So I simply call them Shepherd. And there are times where I make mistakes, and our community is so forgiving. If you acknowledge the mistake without going on and on about it, just say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and correct yourself. So the Loft offers over 40 programs and services to the LGBT community. But we only have 4 staff members. We rely on over 100 volunteers, and Phyllis is actually one of them. Our volunteers keep our center going, and we wouldn't exist without them. That's the bottom line. And they're volunteers everywhere from lawyers doing pro bono work with our community on discrimination or name change, to doctors and social workers, to people that come in every week and help us with mailings. So we do a Pride event every year at our center, and up until recently, we haven't had the most supportive administration here. Let's not talk about supportive administration on a broader level, but now we're looking forward to working with the new county executive. But up until now, the Loft has funded Westchester's only Pride event, and we will be funding it this year as well. So we depend on our volunteers to come together and make it happen. When I first arrived at the Loft, people asked me, why do we still need an LGBT center? I mean, people have, they're part of the community. There no longer needs to be, separation. And, well, if you don't know why we need an LGBT community center, we deal every day with people calling our helpline, especially now in the current political and social climate. There are people that we deal with suicide. We deal with discrimination. We deal with hate crimes. We deal with kids getting thrown out of their house because the parents won't accept them, whether it's their gender identity or their sexual orientation. We've had people, we just put security cameras in the Loft. We've been vandalized. I've had hate letters written to me personally. Our last Pride event last year, somebody put hate brochures on the cars on over 400 cars that said that that AIDS is the devil surging through your veins. So that's why we need LGBT centers. We're a safe space. And we not only serve the LGBT community, but we welcome everybody. And we don't turn people away. If you think we're a member of your community and you welcome us, we welcome you. And that's what we do. We have a cyber center. We give free tech lessons and tutoring. We have kids that come in on Friday nights from our partner organization, Center Lane. These kids are from 12 to 18, and they come do their homework, they meet, they socialize. We do job search, free job search, and we have groups, whether they're process groups or peer support groups. We have people of color groups, we have lesbian groups, men's group. We have a vegan potluck group that has over 20 people that come. We have a trans youth support group, a trans young adult support group, an adult group, a 20-something. Our senior population is 50% of the people we serve. And seniors in particular are, LGBT, seniors in general. It's hard as you get older and you lose loved ones around you, but with the LGBT community, we have a lot of people that are alone. They've lost partners, they never had kids, so we take great pride in the services that we provide to our seniors. So that's why we need an LGBT center, and that's why we continue doing the work we do, and we do it with our volunteers. So I'd love, everybody here is welcome to come by the Loft at some point and see what we do and ask any questions you may have, and if you're interested in volunteering. But one of the broader things I wanted to just bring up was unity through diversity. And what we're doing at the Loft and how things have changed in the last couple of years due to a lot of the permissive hate going on in the world is coming together with other disenfranchised populations and working together with a common goal and common good of equality for all. So I take a lot of pride in our 20-something group that started a program called Team Loft, where they go out in the community and raise money for other organizations like our domestic violence shelters. They work in soup kitchens, and they represent the Loft. They are an amazing group of young adults. And when I first came to the Loft 3.5 years ago, our young adult population was small. It was there, but it was small. It has grown 400% of what it was. And I have a lot of faith in our young adults right now. I hear a lot about, young adults, they're in their phones, which is true. There's a sense of self-centeredness. I'm finding the opposite with the young adults that are engaged with our community. They are activists, they are advocates, and they're doing something. So I'm really proud of them and the work they're doing in the community as a whole.